Today is Wednesday, May 26th, and this is your weekly cast of The Long and Short of It, brought to you by The Exchange. I'm Don Downing.
And I'm Stephanie Hamilton. For any of you that have attended the boot camp classes or have watched this program on a regular basis would know that our number one example for announcements is always unemployment claims.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Are You Unemployed? Here's your host, the Bureau of Labor Statistics.
Seriously though, what is this information, where does it come from, and why does it even matter?
Well, unemployment claims reflect the number of individuals who have filed for unemployment insurance for the first time during the past week. Market Mover Trading says that if there is ever an economic report that would move the market, this would be the one.
That's right. It comes from the Department of Labor and is the nation's earliest economic data. The market impact fluctuates from week to week. There tends to be more focus on the release when traders need to diagnose recent developments. Now, what exactly does that mean, Don?
Well, the number of unemployed people is an important sign of the overall economic health because consumer spending is highly correlated with labor conditions. So what should we look for?
Well, every Thursday we consider this the 6:30 hustle.
Do the hustle! Do the hustle!
At 6:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, the market moves very quickly, hence the name, the hustle.
Now, if the numbers come in higher than what was expected, the market will typically drop, and if the numbers come in lower than expected, the market will most likely climb.
Exactly. So don't miss out every Thursday, tomorrow included, the 6:30 hustle unemployment claims.
And thanks, Steph. Now, if any of you would like to learn more about Market Mover Trading or the bootcamp offered by The Exchange, log on to theexchangetrading.com or give us a call at 877-747-3450.
Now, if you would like to highlight or nominate anyone, please email shoutout@theexchangeut.com. And don't forget that every Wednesday is our weekly trading arcade. Be here 30 minutes prior to the first trade so that you can get set up and have any of your questions answered.
Now, for next week, make sure that you check your Market Mover Trading calendar for a complete list of announcement forecasts.
And that's all that we have for you in the studio today, so have fun trading and stay tuned for the 2 cents. Thanks for watching. Well, since gardening season is in full force, we're here located at Ank Gardens with Darren, and he's just going to go over a couple of tips and stuff like that on how to make your garden good.
Don't you worry there, my honey. We might not have any money, but we've got our love to pay the bills.
Is the time to get out and start planting for spring. One tip I give people is make sure you're amending your soil. Put some peat moss in, something to make your soil a lot better. The soils around here aren't very good, so add some peat moss, some compost, some kind of organic compost, and then you'll really get a perfect place to start planting flowers. Now, there's a couple different things you can do. We tell people perennials and annuals. When you're planting, you want to do a mixture of perennials and annuals. If you do all perennials, you're going to get bloom only for a month or two all season. So if you plant the annuals with the perennials, you'll get them all season. A couple of ones I want to point out for you. These are some perennials you can put in. One thing we suggest to a lot of people is proven winners, proven winner plants. When you're out looking for plants, look for the proven winner label. It's a brand of plants that is very well been tested and tried here in Utah. A couple plants I really want to point out to you that they're must-haves. Vista bubblegum, and this is Vista silverberry. Two plants that are must-haves for your pots or your planters. These are petunias that are like on steroids, more than the petunias we used to sell. So they really grow like a huge shrub. This is about 5 or 6 plants grown over about 3-month period of time, so they go crazy. So I really suggest some of the proven winner petunias, the super petunias that are out there. We have a new one this year also. It's kind of hard to see, but this one's called Pretty Much Picasso. It's got the burgundy in the center and a little bit of chartreuse green around the edge. So these are all just fun ones. Use all kinds of spillers for your planters. Planters are very big right now. Container gardening, so you can do some beautiful containers with bacopa trailing out the edge, and all different kinds of super petunias. This is Artist Ageratum. Don't forget to fertilize. You have to fertilize. Fertilize with a liquid fertilizer for your planters, your containers, and fertilize with a granulated fertilizer for your flower beds and your gardens, your vegetable gardens, your flower beds. Fertilizing is very important. Make sure you feed the plants or they just will not look good.
Okay, is there any flowers that you can keep out more likely in the sun all day with less water, or is it all same sun, same water?
Pretty much. If there's a lot of plants that that you can put out that are drought resistant, and that doesn't mean no water, it just means a little bit less. Once plants get established, you can kind of cut back on the watering a little bit. But there's tons of things like these, like the bubblegum petunias we talked about, that will take, once they're established, will take a lot less water. And they will take full sun. Most of these plants I've talked about here are for full sun, except for the euchras. These are more of a shade plant.
Okay.
But most of these are for full sun, and that's the great thing about Proven Winter plants, is there's just hundreds you can use for outdoors in full sun, and they will do really well in the hot summer sun. The main thing with hot sun is if you have good soil, anything will survive that takes sun.
I think we're good to go. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Maybe I think you're cute and funny.